So there is definitely no doubt in my mind that this is the season of giving because we just keep getting great movies this year. Today's movie review, I'm talking about Marriage Story. Let's discuss. What's up, guys? I'm Josh Perez, and this is Juice Talkies. So Marriage Story stars Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver playing Charlie and Nicole, a married couple with an 8-year-old son who is going through a divorce as they take us through this very mental, very emotional journey as they try to pick up the pieces and figure out what's best for their son and his future, all while, having a son and trying to maintain a family for him to grow up in. And we're along for the ride as we see this process and how everyone is just dealing with it. It's not easy. It's not easy. I don't think this movie had a big theatrical release. It was set to limited theaters and actually just came out yesterday on streaming, so I had a chance to check it out. And it's definitely one that's been high on my list because I feel like this movie is going to reach a lot of people because it's really thought-provoking and it deals with divorce and the mental and emotional effects. It just shows you how damaging divorce can be to you and how you feel and how you think and the decisions that you have to make. And I feel a lot of people are going to relate to this movie, and that's one of the things that drew me to this movie because I can relate. It's something I've been through. Some of us have been through that, and I feel like this movie conveys that so well that it's just so raw and so vivid and so in your face, and it's a wake-up call. This is definitely a marriage 101 movie, and it's going to reach people too who have not been through a divorce, who's maybe considering getting married. This is the kind of movie I would recommend for everyone, whether you've been through divorce or not. The movie forces you to set aside your ego and your wants and your selfishness and focus on the bigger picture, that it's not just about you. This movie does not hold back on any of the emotional punches when it comes to that. And so Charlie is a director for Broadway in this movie, and Nicole is basically an actress, and they're trying to both be successful in their careers, but they end up wanting to be in two different places. Nicole wants to be in California, but Charlie he wants to stay in New York. He thinks that everything is fine in New York, everybody is happier in New York, that there's no issues, but he's not really listening. You end up seeing in the movie that you see his selfishness. It's all about what he wants and what he thinks is best for everyone else, and he's not giving anyone any kind of input on what they want. There's no kind of compromise there, and I think that's important in a marriage, that you compromise, that you listen to each other's wants and try to find a middle ground, try to figure out how to make it work for both parties. And then we start seeing the whole divorce process with them seeking out lawyers, getting the right paperwork, and it's kind of heartbreaking too because in this movie, Charlie, he doesn't know who to go talk to. He doesn't know what lawyer to get. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do, and it really sucks because it's just kind of like a deer in the headlights kind of situation. Like you're served with papers out the blue, and you don't know what to do. You don't know where to begin. You don't know where to start or even how to start feeling. And you kind of see him struggle with that mentally and emotionally because neither of them have ever been through this. This is the first time they're going through this. And that's what makes it even more hard, is that, this is something that they're just learning on the fly and they have to deal with it. And to make things even worse, they have a son in the middle of this. I don't know what that's like personally to have kids. I don't have kids, but I can only imagine how much more difficult it is, having a son that age in the middle of everything that is going on, because the kid isn't old enough to understand what's really going on with his parents. He's more worried about going to play with his toys and daddy going to go play with him. And I think both of these, Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, deliver one of the best performances I've ever seen from either of them. I haven't seen too many things with Adam Driver in it, aside from the Star Wars films. I know he's kind of more of a newer up-and-coming actor. But as far as like Scarlett Johansson, like this is one of like her best performances, I think, because when you are watching this and you see them fight and argue, it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings. Like imagine if you were there in real life and you're sitting in the living room on the couch and these two are fighting like that. You've got nothing to say other than,
Bobby, like how many times do I have to tell you to make the bed?
What do you mean make the bed? Bed's already made. It has a mattress, it has a box spring, a backboard. Bed's made, honey.
You know what I mean, Bobby.
Okay, fine. You don't have to yell at me.
I am not yelling at you, Bobby. Look, just stop yelling at me, okay? I've already had enough stress already. You know how many times they put me in this Piccadilly map? That's another thing, Bobby. All you do is play video games, okay? And I am sick and tired of it. You hogging up the TV. Like, go get me a Baby Yoda or something.
you know, I think I left my kid in the car. I'll be right back, guys. To me, watching these performances in these scenes just kind of made me say to myself, are these even actors? Like, because it feels like you're watching two real people going through a divorce, and it's just the magnitude of emotion in these scenes, especially when you get to the third act, it's just so vivid that it's hard to forget. So hats off to both actors for giving what's two of the best performances I've seen all year. And another thing that I love about this movie is how well placed the comedic moments are in this movie. There's just so many very sad and somber moments. And you know, sometimes you need that relief. You need that comedic relief to kind of just pull you out for a moment, let you just gather your thoughts, take a breather, and then just get back into it. And later when you get towards like the third act, there's a scene with Charlie and his son with a social worker or something that comes to the house. The funniest scene in this entire movie. And it was just super funny. Just imagine if somebody was at your house and you invited them for dinner and all they did was just stare at you. So yeah, this is my house. This is where me and my son live. Can I get you anything? Can I get you some water, soda, juice? No, okay, well, you know, I'm cooking up something right now. Some salmon, potatoes, asparagus. Can I get you a plate? Okay, what was your name? I think I'm gonna call the police. And even how the social worker just talks in this movie, it's very calm. It's very creepy. I'm a social worker. I would like a cup of water if I would take Felt like you'd be walking on eggshells if this lady was in your house and you like just so much as dropped like a paper clip or something and she's just kind of like... Also, there's another scene in this movie that involves a karaoke spot or bar, and pay attention to the song because it has a very powerful message in it that you shouldn't wait until the last minute before realizing a person's worth or realizing that not everything in life is going to be perfect, and you should accept that not everything is just gonna be the way you want it to be, and that's not a bad thing. You just have to learn how to deal with it and communicate and kind of just deal with the ups and downs. Like if you're trying to make everything just too perfect, that's when you have this movie. And I am definitely gonna give this movie groovy juice because it is well deserved. So, you know, definitely check this movie out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you liked it, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you guys have already seen the movie, let me know what you guys thought about it. Just shoot that down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.